Fed meeting due as market dives on this reality. Investors Business Daily. Tesla. Enphase are among a few leading stocks holding up. Dow Jones futures will open on Sunday evening, along with S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq futures, with the Federal Reserve meeting in focus. The stock market suffered damaging losses in the past week. Plus 8720 Chars. Logan Paul invites Reigns to his press conference Saturday in Las Vegas. SmackDown. Sept. 16. 2022 WWE. Logan Paul dares undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns to meet him face-to-face in a special press conference he is hosting in Las Vegas on Saturday. No. Lakers sign veteran point guard Dennis Schroder to one-year deal for second stint with team, CBS Sports. Schroder played for the Lakers during the 2020-21 season. With the 2022-23 NBA season rapidly approaching, the Los Angeles Lakers have signed free agent point guard Dennis Schroder. The team announced on Friday. Our NBA Insider Bill writer confirms that the plus 2471 Chars. The experience of reward increases connectivity between the default mode network and other brain regions. Neuroscience News. Study reveals how reward enhances connectivity between the ventral striatum and the default mode network, impacting behavior. Summary. Study reveals how reward enhances connectivity between the ventral striatum and the default mode network, impacting behavior. Source. Kessler Foundation. Researchers have reported findings. Plus 4683 Chars. Fire ant rafts form because of the Cheerios effect. Study concludes. Ars Technica. Fire ants will change shape of the raft to reduce drag and adapt to fluid flows. In large, Georgia Tech scientists found that the so-called Cheerios effect is the mechanism by which fire ants cluster together to form rafts. With two posters participating. Fire ants might be the plus 4576 Chars. Lakers sign veteran point guard Dennis Schroder to one-year deal for second stint with team, CBS Sports. Schroder played for the Lakers during the 2020-21 season. With the 2022-23 NBA season rapidly approaching, the Los Angeles Lakers have signed free agent point guard Dennis Schroder. The team announced on Friday. Our NBA Insider Bill writer confirms that the plus 2471 Chars. EVGA and NVIDIA to split. EVGA won't make next-general NVIDIA cards. AnandTech. No. In a move that will have significant repercussions for the video card industry in North America and Europe. EVGA today has announced that the company is parting ways from NVIDIA. As a result, the COM plus 13294 Chars. Like Star Wars. World's first flying bike. Made in Japan. Debuts in the US, South China Morning Post. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for free here. https://sc.mp/subscribe-youtube. World's first flying bike made its US debut at the Detroit Auto Show. On Shay. No. MIA Goth was terrified filming Pearl because she never went to film school. IndieWire. I didn't have any tools to gear myself up to something like that, Goth said of a particularly disturbing scene in T. West's slasher. MIA Goth may not have a film school degree, but she's well versed in her cinematic influences. The actress made her film debut in Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac in 2013 and now lands her first +3084 Chars. EVGA and NVIDIA to split. EVGA won't make next-general NVIDIA cards. AnandTech. Null. In a move that will have significant repercussions for the video card industry in North America and Europe. EVGA today has announced that the company is parting ways from NVIDIA. As a result, the COM +13294 Chars. Slow-moving fireball lights up night sky in Scotland, CNN. Hundreds of people across Scotland, Northern Ireland and northern parts of England spotted an unusual fireball lighting up the night sky Wednesday. It was unclear whether it was a meteor or a piece of space debris. Sign up for CNN's Wonder Theory Science newsletter. Explore the universe with news on fascinating discoveries, scientific advancements and more. Hundreds of people across Scotland, Northern Ireland are +2398 Chars. Nationals Park dispute with DC could threaten concerts. Other events. The Washington Post. The district is effectively threatening to shut down Nationals Park if its owner fails to develop the commercial and retail space it promised in its original agreement with the city. The district is playing hardball in a dispute with the owner of Nationals Park, effectively threatening to shut down the stadium if Events DC fails to develop the commercial and retail space it promised. +4005 Chars. Kadarius Toney rocks, Suicide Squad, visor in Giants practice, New York Post. It was no laughing matter to see Kadarius Toney back on the practice field. It was no laughing matter to see Kadarius Toney back on the practice field. Toney wore a face mask visor with a print of the Ha-Ha tattoo associated with Jared Leto's Joker character in the Suicide Square. +1730 Chars. India's richest man surpasses Bezos on billionaires list. The Washington Post. Meet Gautam Adani. His $152.2 billion fortune makes him richer than the Amazon founder but not as rich as Elon Musk. The jostling among the world's richest humans intensified Friday as three men rotated through the No. 2 spot in the span of 24 hours, highlighting the volatility of the markets and meteoric rise of IND. +908 Chars. Sony announces its first new Karate Kid movie in 12 years, The AV Club. It's not clear if the movie, slated for June 2024, will have any connection to the popular Cobra Kai TV series. Sony announced tonight that it's making a new Karate Kid movie, the first since 2010's Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan vehicle, The Karate Kid, and also the first since Sony Pictures Television's Cobra Kai raised +1497 Chars. J.J. Abrams' Constantine series and Madam X will be shopped elsewhere after HBO Max passes deadline. Keanu Reeves returning to the Constantine franchise, as revealed by Deadline earlier this afternoon, has thrown up some dust in the TV business. HBO Max has passed on the J.J. Abrams exec-produced television series version of Constantine, which was being writ. Keanu Reeves returning to the Constantine franchise, as revealed by Deadline earlier this afternoon, has thrown up some dust in the TV business. HBO Max has passed on the J.J. Abrams exec-produced T. Plus 1598 Chars. Painless Tattoos Developed. Easy. Do-it-yourself microneedle patches. SciTech Daily. Scientists develop painless tattoos that can be self-administered. Imagine getting painlessly tattooed by a skin patch containing microscopic needles, instead of sitting in a tattoo chair for hours enduring painful punctures. Researchers at the Georgia Institute. A microneedle patch tattoo is pressed to the skin. Credit. Georgia Tech. Scientists develop painless tattoos that can be self-administered. Imagine getting painlessly tattooed by a skin patch contain. Plus 5930 Chars. Saturn's distinctive look may be rooted in the death of an ancient moon. IGN. Saturn's rings and distinctive tilt may have been caused by the destruction of a previously unknown moon roughly 160 million years ago. Saturn may owe its sweeping ring system and distinctive tilt to the death of an ancient moon named Chrysalis. According to the results of a new study, the gas giant Saturn is one of the most spectacular. Plus 4615 Chars. Iconic Last Dance Michael Jordan game-worn jersey sells for $10 million at auction. CBS Los Angeles. An iconic piece of sports history. One of the jerseys worn by NBA great Michael Jordan during the 1998 NBA Finals sold for a record $10 million at auction. Null. Google Messages looks set to give RCS chats a suite upgrade. Android Central. I feel like Google heard my call. Less than greater than Lee greater than a new direct reply feature has been spotted in Google Messages. Less than Lee greater than Lee greater than users can hold or swipe a message to respond to an individual message. Tapping the preview would send users to the org. Plus 1969 Chars. Survey finds nearly 50% of NYC office staff go into the office on a typical weekday. Fox Business. Nearly 50% of Manhattan's office workers now go into their offices on a typical weekday. A Partnership for New York City survey released Thursday found nearly 50% of New York City's office workers now go into the office on a typical weekday. According to findings from a recent survey, the Partnership for New York City said Thursday its survey found plus 2163 Chars. Queen Elizabeth's children hold vigil beside her coffin. CNN. King Charles III and his siblings Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward had held a brief vigil beside Queen Elizabeth II's coffin in Westminster Hall on Friday, joining members of the military who have mounted a continuous watch over her remains for King Charles III and his siblings Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward had held a brief vigil beside Queen Elizabeth II's coffin in Westminster Hall on Friday, joining members of the military. Plus 5131 Chars. Queen's funeral. King Charles requested Prince Harry be allowed to wear military uniform. Entertainment Tonight. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Here's which coatings you really need on a new pair of glasses. Lifehacker. How important are things like scratch-resistant, UV protectant, and anti-fog coatings? Buying eyeglasses can feel weirdly similar to buying a new car. Prices are often hidden from you. They cost more than they have any right to, and there are a whole bunch of mysterious upgrades pushed. A plus 4144 chars. Mars Perseverance rover finds organic matter in rock. CNET. NASA's rover has collected intriguing samples of Martian rock. Just wait till we get them into a lab on Earth. This story is part of Welcome to Mars, our series exploring the Red Planet. In just a year and a half on Mars, NASA's Perseverance rover has absolutely rocked its science mission. The agency held a plus 4499 chars. Will Justin Jefferson become NFL's first 2,000-yard receiver? Can Trey Lance slay Shanahan's tormentor? NFL.com. Is Justin Jefferson poised to become the NFL's first 2,000-yard receiver? Are the Bills just fine without Brian Daboll? Can Trey Lance slay Kyle Shanahan's chief tormentor? Bucky Brooks explores those questions in the Scout's Notebook. Last season, Seattle finished above league average in defending designed quarterback runs and scrambles. Carroll's 2021 Seahawks held opponents to just 2.5 yards per game on designed quarterback runs. Plus 2391 chars. Vince Zampella says Battlefield 2042 strayed too far from what Battlefield is. Eurogamer.net. Respawn Entertainment head and Battlefield franchise boss Vince Zampella has spoken about the reception and failure. Respawn Entertainment head and Battlefield franchise boss Vince Zampella has spoken about the reception and failure of the series' most recent entry, Battlefield 2042, suggesting it strayed to plus 1677 chars.